Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening to everyone. Today, my presentation deals about the computer and human brain, computer versus human brain, actually. So here is my details. I am Taminul Islam. My ID is 181151116. I am a student of Department of CSC, Daffodil International University. I am presenting my presentation to Dr. M.D. Fakhri Hossain, Professor, Daffodil International University. So here's the agenda of my presentation. First of all, the introduction. Here I will introduce with computer, then taking knowledge about the working process of computer, then description where I will describe about the main elements of computer, briefly visualize how the computer and the brain performs, and the analysis between computer and human being. Then I will go for the conclusion. Here I will show a short tour of this presentation, then pointing out the reaching sector from this study. And last but not the least, here is references. So here is the definition of computer and human brain. So a computer is a machine that can be instructed to carry out sequences of arithmetic or logical operations automatically via computer programming. We know that a computer is an electronic device for storing and processing data, typically in binary form according to instructions. So what is the human brain? The human brain is the command center for the human nervous system. It receives signal from the body's sensory organs and outputs information to the muscles. So we know the computer is very important for our modern society. So this slide, I am sharing some features which can prove that the importance of computer in our modern society. So computer can do many tasks. Here's some task which is data storing. Computer can store huge amount of data, and it is the helping hand of our daily life because we are using every day and everywhere in computer devices. And computer is absolutely very fast and provide us the accurate calculation. And computer can do many critical tasks where human cannot. If I go for the example in COVID-19 diagnosis, in COVID-19 affected people diagnosis, if human interaction is not possible, but telemedicine is possible here, which is a computer technology based, and computer is automated and scheduled. So computer can perform automatically, and it can also perform any task on the dot. So here's a basic organization of a computer system. Here actually I want to show computer how the computer works. Here's three unit. One is input unit, and one is central processing unit, which is abbreviated as CPU, and another one is output unit. In the input unit, it accepts the instruction and data from the outside, then it converts to human readable form to computer readable form. Computer readable form is the binary, and then it supplies the converted instructions to the computer system for further processing. Then it going to the CPU. Here also two unit, control unit, and another one is arithmetic logic unit. In the control unit, a computer system manages and coordinates the operation of all the components of the computer system. Then in the arithmetic logic unit, in this place, in this place where the actual execution of instructions taking place, like plus, minus, subtracts, etc. And then going for the storage unit. Here the two storage actually. One is secondary storage and other one is primary storage. And in the secondary storage, we know that it is non-volatile, and it used to hold stored programs, instruction, and a large volume of information. And in the primary storage, it's a volatile, and it used to hold running program instructions, data, intermediate results, and results of ongoing process of the jobs. So RAM is the example of primary storage, and ROM is the example of secondary storage. Then going to the output device, output unit actually, then it accepts the results produced by the CPU, the control processing unit, then it converts the computer readable form to the human readable form, then it shows the output by the output devices. Here's the examples of input devices: keyboard, then storage devices, USB flash memory, then external optical drives, then the processing devices, and finally the output devices, monitor, printer, speakers, etc. So going for my point here, I will show the history. In the past century, the brain has been said to be like a water clock and a telephone switchboard, but nowadays it is compared with the computer, and some people use this comparison to say that the computer is better than the brain, and other people say that the brain is better than the computer. Today my presentation will help to make a good conclusion about this fight. And the brain uses actually chemical to transmit information, and here the computer uses electricity. And even though the electrical signal travels at high speed in the nervous system, they travel even faster through the wires in a computer. And here I write the two important points where a computer uses switches that are either on or off binary. Here is the similar one. Neuron in the brain are either on or off by either firing an action potential or not firing an action potential. What is action potential? When I want to walk, then my brain sends command to my leg that you walk. It is called on the firing and action potential. So here's the human memory versus computer memory. In some ways, human memory and computer memory are similar but not the same. For example, some characteristics of human short memory matches with the RAM of computer device. Human short memory is volatile and has a limited capacity. Computer RAM have actually same characteristics. If we compare with the memorization you are seeing in the picture, if I compare with the memorization, it is the short-term memory. After a certain time, some data will be erased. The same as a computer does not have enough memory to run certain programs, and when it turns off, then all data will be erased. What are actually done in the RAM, random access memory, in a computer device. So both are able to multitasking, and it is much easier and faster for the brain to learn new things. The computer can do many complex tasks at the same time, multitasking, that are difficult for the brain. I repeat, that are difficult for the brain, but computer can do this. For example, try counting backwards and multiplying two numbers at the same time. Human brain, it's quite impossible to counting backwards and multiplying two numbers at the same time, but computer can do this. However, the brain also doing some multitasking using the automatic nervous system. For example, I am presenting my presentation, but I am still taking my taking oxygen from the air, and which is actually multitasking. The brain controls breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure at the same time. It performs a mental task. So this slide is very important. Computers are predefined. There is a big difference in the background of human brain and computer. Computers are predefined and having no thinking ability, as well as always be monitored by the human brain. We know a computer is a machine, and machine is always predefined by the human. Suppose I made a calculator in the computer where I defined 5 plus 5 is equal to 11. So if any human users input the same math there, which is 5 plus 5 is equal to what? Then the computer will show 11 without any hesitation. But the user's brain must be surprised because he or she knows that is false. But computer cannot filter out the wrong and true things unless it was predefined. So here's the practical examples. You are seeing the two pictures in the slide, and now I'm going to describe the two pictures. We know the Sophia is artificial intelligence based robot, and she came to Bangladesh 2015. And in the first picture you are seeing Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina asked some questions to the Sophia, which were actually predefined, and she was asking, Honorable Prime Minister was asking the questions from the tab you are seeing in the picture one. If that's why Sophia had answered those questions perfectly. But in the picture two, you are seeing a journalist asked some questions to the Sophia, which was not in predefined in the Sophia. That's why Sophia didn't respond perfectly. I wrote the video link in my references. You can see the proofs. So here was that's all my presentation. So this is the conclusion of this study. From this study, we will know about the main difference between computer and human brain. Both are able to do some important tasks. You can see here I make a sentence from this study, which is actually the conclusion sentence, which is the brain is better at doing some jobs and the computer is better at doing other jobs. This is the actually main conclusion of this presentation, and I wrote here all the details where all the details, then where comparison, justification, differences, standpoints, and finally I showed the practical examples I've showed in this study, so that we can clarify the actually major differences between the human brain and the computer. So here's the references. So if you have any question, please ask me.
Okay, you say that human brain and RAM can store data for a long time. You compare with RAM and human brain, but we know that human brain can store data for a longer time. You can remember your 5 years old memory. So how it's possible?
Okay, so if you learn more, then memorization is a part of our life, and human brain is not taking the all data from the long time, because 5 years when I was in 2 years, then when I was in 40 years, then I cannot memorize the 2 years memory. But one time when you getting older and older, you have to you were actually dememorize the memory, your past memory. I hope you got your answer.
But
Yes,
it
one more question.
memorize also. It also memorize. So how we can compare with RAM with our memory? But we know that RAM can't memorize things for a short after shutdown. But memory can some memory can uh, some of our memory can store data for a long time. So it has a dual version, but RAM has a one version. It can only memorize for a short time. So can you compare with RAM and uh, human brain? So how is possible?
Okay,
Compare with
if
RAM and human
I
memory.
think I got your question. Sure. Yes. If you want, if you hear my presentation very carefully, then I said that RAM and memorization, if we compare, then it is likely similar, but not the same. But memorization and RAM is likely similar in just some ways. And I got this. Information from the references. I can mention the paper.
Okay. No need the reference this terminal. So I will come back and conclude this one. What Suanu asked. So first of all, thank you very much, Sainur, for your nice presentation, and all points covered in a presentation except in the reference part. So you have mentioned many references actually. URL, I agree with you. Nice URL, but you should mention the time and date. I think you haven't mentioned the time and date. That is the only shortage. Otherwise, everything covered in your presentation. So first of all, Shwanu tried to ask you one question: difference between human brain and the RAM, right? Come to this point, and then we'll discuss a little bit more later on. So
Okay, sir.
basically the RAM, that is the volatile, right? So
Yes, sir.
information go there and staying there for a short period of time. And all of you
Correct.
know at a certain period of time, so RAM can flash the information from there, right? That's why we call the RAM is the dynamic RAM, right? A dynamic random access memory. So that is the volatile. But the human brain, what Shwanu tried to convince you, that is the memorized. I can, you can tell me one story right today. I can remember it today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, long time, as long as my memory is active. The main difference, as I mentioned many times actually, so one of the major difference between the human brain and the microprocessor. So Taminul done well. You had mentioned many points actually, differences between a human brain and microprocessor. Including you have given one example, that is the Sophia. I will come back to the Sophia later on. So in human brain we have only one major difference. In human brain we have the thinking ability. All of you have what? Thinking ability, which is not present in microprocessor.
Yes,
If
sir.
we have a thinking ability, that means we can think about it, we can analyze anything. But microprocessor cannot think about and analyze anything. Microprocessor based on the predefined instruction. Whatever instruction as a programmer, as a software engineer you have given to them, they will follow your predefined instruction. Out of the predefined instruction, microprocessor or the robot cannot do nothing.
Right.
You understand the point, right? So
Right, sir.
come back to your Sophia. Probably we had a discussion yesterday or day before yesterday in other presentation session. So Sophia, that is robot.
Yes, sir.
So inside the software there is different types of program or the instruction or predefined program is exist. Sophia follow all those predefined instruction, right? So
Right, sir.
human brain, actual human brain got gifted, and that is we have as a human being, each and every student, and even I myself, right? We have the thinking ability, right? And we can analyze anything, and we can make our decision by our own. But microprocessor cannot take decision by its own, because microprocessor follows some predefined instruction. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay, and I will come back to the Sophia. You have mentioned a nice example of the practical example in your presentation. So Sophia, can you tell us who owned the Sophia? সোফিয়া কিন্তু একটা দেশের, একটা কান্ট্রির কিন্তু নাগরিক হিসেবে তাকে ট্রিট করা হচ্ছে। কোন কান্ট্রি?
So,
Saudi Arab.
Saudi Arab. That's good. And what is the speciality of the Sophia? বলতে পারো? তার একটা স্পেশালিটি কিছু একটা আছে, কি সেটা?
She can learn.
She can learn. I agree. In any other speciality? সোফিয়া যখন
Facial expression to sir.
Facial expression on.
সেটা আছে, আমি এগ্রি। এটা আরো একটা স্পেশাল আছে, সেটা কি? সোফিয়াকে যখন সৌদি আরব থেকে মুভ করে আরেক কান্ট্রিতে নিয়ে যাওয়া হয়, সোফিয়া got the Saudi Arab passport. Do you know that? Passport.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
কেন? আচ্ছা, এইটাই হলো একটা ব্যতিক্রম ধর্মী স্পেশালিটি। কেন বলুন? একটা তো রবটসেরা আসলে কোনো পাসপোর্ট থাকার কথা না। কাজেই সৌদি আরব থেকে সোফিয়াকে মুভ করে অন্য যে কোনো কান্ট্রিতে নেওয়ার জন্য তুমি আমি আমাদের যেমন একটা পাসপোর্ট লাগে, পাসপোর্ট প্রসেসিং হওয়ার, ভিসা হওয়ার পরে আমরা মুভ করতে পারবো। তো সোফিয়ার অবস্থাটাও কিন্তু তাই, তাকে একজন সিটিজেন হিসেবে ট্রিট করা হয়, ইভেন দো ইটস এ ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টাল রোবটস। So okay, thank you very much, Taminul. Long time we stuck you, so it was really nice presentation and nice interaction among your friends. So thank you very much once again. Now I would like to
Thank
call
you
the
so much, sir.
student